For years, the F-35 Lightning II has been hailed as the crown jewel of the United States Air Force, a technological masterpiece representing the very pinnacle of modern military innovation. Boasting unparalleled stealth, state-of-the-art integrated sensors, and seamless real-time battlefield networking, it stands as the world's most formidable fifth-generation fighter. To the Pentagon, the F-35 is more than just a weapon. It is the ultimate symbol of absolute technological supremacy over any global adversary. In the lexicon of modern warfare, downing an F-35 is regarded as a near impossible feat. Engineered with a microscopic radar cross-section, the F-35 is built to slice through the most formidable air defense grids like a ghost. This confidence was so absolute that Western military strategists believed no Iranian indigenous defense system could ever hope to touch the lightning in the skies. Yet, recent developments have delivered a staggering blow to that narrative, dousing years of military certainty in a bucket of cold reality. On the evening of March 19th, OSINT Defender, the authoritative open-source intelligence monitor, relayed a seismic claim from Iran's Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps, IRGC. The IRGC asserts it has successfully engaged a US F-35 Lightning II with a surface-to-air missile over Iranian airspace. Accompanying the claim is footage purportedly showing air defense systems locking onto the target and opening fire. Field reports indicate the fifth-generation fighter sustained critical damage, forcing a desperate emergency landing at a Middle Eastern airbase after taking a direct hit from Iranian fire. Faced with mounting speculation, U.S. Central Command, CENTCOM spokesperson Tim Hawkins has officially broken the silence. He confirmed that an F-35 was indeed conducting a combat mission over Iranian airspace when it encountered an unspecified incident forcing an emergency landing. Although Hawkins maintained that the aircraft landed safely and an investigation is underway, the reality remains. An F-35 was forced to abort its mission due to what appears to be hostile fire, a development that Washington will find increasingly difficult to downplay.
If Tehran's claims are validated, this marks the first time Iran has successfully struck America's most advanced fighter since the trilateral conflict between the US, Israel, and Iran erupted in late February. Currently, both Washington and Jerusalem are leaning heavily on the F-35 to maintain regional dominance. With a price tag exceeding $100 million per unit, any damage to this fleet is a massive financial and strategic blow. It serves as a stark realization that Iran's integrated air defense network is far more lethal than Western intelligence initially calculated.
Military analysts are now grappling with a burning question. How could Iran lock onto a stealth phantom? The answer may lie in clandestine technological synergy with Russia or China. This strike on an F-35 fuels growing fears that major arms powers are deeply entrenched in the Middle Eastern theater, providing advanced infrared search and track, IRST, or multi-band radar systems, specifically designed to strip away America's stealth advantage. This is no longer just a localized conflict. It has evolved into a high-stakes proving ground for the world's rival superpower blocs. The striking of an F-35 is a devastating blow to the prestige of the U.S. military. History appears to be echoing the painful lessons of the Vietnam War. Decades ago, Washington held absolute pride in the B-52 Stratofortress as an invincible titan, only to see that myth shattered by the sheer resolve and ingenuity of the opposition. Without extreme caution, the F-35 risks becoming a second B-52, transforming a pinnacle of technological pride into a haunting symbol of military quagmire and catastrophic economic loss. The loss of the F-35's cloak of invisibility has forced a fundamental reassessment of U.S. deployment tactics across the Middle East. This crisis follows the recent downing of F-15 aircraft long regarded as undefeated in the annals of air combat. Continuing to fly these fleets into a theater where Iran has seemingly cracked the code is a dangerous double-edged sword. While a victory would reaffirm American dominance, just one more high-profile failure could trigger a total collapse of U.S. military prestige on the global stage. Washington suspects a deep-seated collaboration, China providing critical satellite guidance data for Iranian missiles, while Russia acts as the primary architect of their weaponry and tactical doctrine. President Donald Trump once issued a stern demand to both Putin and Xi Jinping to cease their backing of Tehran, but those hopes remain vanishingly slim. With the US and EU heavily invested in Ukraine's fight against Russia, the decision by Moscow and Beijing to empower Iran's retaliation is seen as an inevitable byproduct of this global escalatory spiral. While the United States finds itself increasingly mired in the Middle Eastern quagmire, China has moved swiftly to exploit the distraction. Beijing has recently extended a strategic olive branch to Taiwan, promising guaranteed energy security, provided the island accepts a path toward peaceful reunification. The reality is stark. Washington is being pushed to its breaking point. As aid to Ukraine continues to dwindle, the prospect of a conflict in the Taiwan Strait raises a chilling question mark. In an era of scattered resources, can the US truly defend its allies against the rising tide of Chinese power? As hostilities spiral and the theater of war grows ever more complex, it appears the era of diplomacy has ended. Today, the only language spoken is the roar of firepower. In this new landscape, calculated pragmatism has replaced the pursuit of peace, leaving no room for traditional politics. The question now haunts the halls of power. Is the downing of the F-35 the first domino to fall in a chain reaction leading to World War III? The world is no longer just watching a conflict. It is witnessing the prelude to a global conflagration.